Hi YouTube. Okay, so I've had this Indigo Nails product for a good couple of days now, and I've been using it on my clients and I'm absolutely in love with it. So I wanted to do a quick demo for you guys today just to show you how I use it. I'm going to go ahead and sculpt out a nice long nail on this one. I'm going to do a little bit of a blend. So I'm using here the Neon Blue Cocktail, and I'm using the Indigo Black Collection number 11. So I'll give you a look-see of this. Beautiful colour. And wait till you see this one. OMG, check that out. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a blend with these, and then of course I'm going to cap them with Indigo Fashion Clear. And we'll see how we go. So I've gone ahead and I have prepared this nail here. So first thing I'm going to do is use Indigo's cleaner. So this is going to be their prep and dehydrating product. So this is basically going to kind of disinfect the nail plate. It's going to try and help removing all the excess oils and whatnot that's on the nail. So we just go all over like that. And then I'm actually going to go ahead. I've actually got both of Indigo's primers. This is the acid free and the acid, and I'm actually going to go ahead and use both of those. Hopefully you can see that this has started to become quite white, which means that it's done its job and it's dehydrated. Alright, don't need all of the acid on that brush. I'm going to just get rid of most of it. Now I'm just gently touching that all over the surface. That's the acid one. I'm going to allow that to dry. I'm now going to go ahead and use the acid free primer. Same thing, just goes all over the nail surface. Try and avoid putting any of these products on your skin. It's unnecessary. Okay, and it could actually eventually cause an allergic reaction. You can develop allergic reactions down the road, so it's best just to avoid it if you can. Right. Okay, so that nail is nice and prepped now. I'm going to be using this form here. I don't actually have any indigo forms at the moment. Break that open, slide that nicely underneath. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, just pinch the sides, make sure I'm happy with how it's looking from all angles. Secure the bottom, secure the sides, and then secure the top. And that's really nice and firm. Alright, I'm going to build my product on that. I'm going to start with a clear, with Indigo Clear. Now I prefer to build a base to start my sculpting and nail design on. That's just how I do it. I don't actually know if that's the Indigo way, but I'm going to be going to one of their courses, so I will learn. I've gone and done a square there. I'm actually just going to extend it a little bit longer to make it not quite a full-blown stiletto, but a much more pointed nail. Now, the best thing about sculpting is that obviously you can create your own shape straight off the bat instead of having to put a tip on and then design it. Clean my brush, put it to the side so nothing dries. Now I'm going to give that about a minute to dry. Okay, then I'm actually going to use my pinching tool and I'm going to place it on top of the nail like this and let it pinch, and I'm going to leave that to then dry for a few more minutes. And what that's going to do is it's going to pinch in that C curve and allow the nail to be a lot rounder. See how it's kind of flat at the moment? It's going to give me that really nice rounded shape. It's very difficult to achieve at times, but these pinching tools are great. Okay, let's let this to dry. Okay, so this is what it looks like pinched. That's how it sits. It's very firm. I don't know if you can kind of see the angle there. It's fantastic though, right? And if we look down the C curve, we've got a lovely curve there. And I'm going to start working on that. So I'm going to bring in this blue powder. And this one is called Neon Blue Cocktail. And again, this is from Indigo. And I'm going to start the blue up here and fade it down, and then I'm going to use the black and fade it back. Blue there. This colour is so beautifully pigmented too. Okay, so I'm going to lay it down. Sorry, it's a little bit awkward trying to do it for you guys. Now, obviously using a coloured acrylic, you have got to make sure that that cuticle area is just perfect. Okay, so I'm just bringing that down the nail bed. Okay, I want to keep enough thickness around that cuticle area so that when I start to file, it's not going to file into that area and thin it out too much, and then the colour starts to disappear. Alright, so I'm going to use a couple of beads. Gosh, it feels very weird trying to do a nail on camera because I can't see it how I normally would, because otherwise you guys wouldn't be able to see it. So I'm just using very light touches just to blend this all together, and I'm just dragging it down and thinning it out. Now this is a long version of this nail. I'm sure for those of you who don't like long nails, you can do a much shorter salon version. Just tidy, keep your edges tidy. Now remember, we're going to cap this entire surface with clear, so you don't need a really thick layer, okay? You can get away with quite a thin layer of colour. So we're going to go ahead and use this one. This is the Black Collection number 11. Now I'm actually going to turn my finger around. That makes it just a little easier for me. And we're just going to pick up this beautiful black. Check that colour out, it's gorgeous. And I'm going to lay it down here at the end. And I'm just going to very gently feather it back. Now this consistency to me is a little drier, I think would be the best way to describe it. But it's gorgeous. Just wanted to really blend that back nicely. Now I'm going to leave that to set for a few moments, and then I'm going to cap the entire thing in clear. I'm actually going to get myself a nice clean wipe because I don't want any of that discoloration or glitter to go into my clear. I want my clear to be really crystal clear. Okay, so in I go with Indigo's clear. And I'm going to use quite a large bead because I need to have complete coverage. It's going to take me a couple of beads to do this. Okay, good consistency there, starting at the cuticle area. Very gentle around that cuticle area, not to get onto the skin. So I'm gently playing with that cuticle area. So I've got a bit of time to play. And then I'm pushing my product down. Now when I say I'm pushing, I'm wanting to emphasize the word push as opposed to brush. I don't want to brush my product down. I want to manipulate it and push it. Okay, so you can see it's starting to thicken there, and I'm going to go for another big bead. I'm going to place that just through the center here. Gently pushing the product from side to side and feathering it out. We're not brushing. If we brush, we're going to brush the product right off and it's a waste of product. Just feather all your lines so you don't get those lines of acrylic where one bead has dried and you've tried to cover it with another. We've all done that before. As you can see, it's starting to take shape. And I'm actually going to spin my hand around. For me, it's easier to actually cap the free edge from this angle. And come back over the top. Do you know, this reminds me of like a peacock. The colour is just gorgeous. So I'm using the body of my brush where the strength is, and I'm just pushing the product from side to side to shape that acrylic while it's wet. Make life easy for yourself. Shape it while it's wet instead of having to try and file it when it's dry. So if we play with it and shape it, have a look from all angles, see where you need more product, play with it, so that when it comes to filing, it makes life easier. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, I'm going to completely allow that to dry for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to start filing and shaping. Okay, we are dry. Now I'm going to start drilling. Okay, I want to try and Make sure I do keep the majority of the thickness up here so I can keep the colour true. Okay, so the first thing I do is get my sidewalls nice and straight, and then I start contouring. And by contouring, I'm talking about going around the entire nail surface and shaping it. Get all of the dust, and then you can start to see the fantastic design coming through. So I'm going to go ahead and use a top coat. Now at the moment I'm still using my Glaze and Go, which is my forever favourite, but as I start adding to my collection I will get more of the Indigo top coat and I will give that a go. And I'm going to be setting that under my artistic LED light. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and top coat this now, and then I'm actually going to super glue some Swarovskis. Okay, so that has come out of my LED light. It's been in there for 30 seconds. There is no sticky residue on there, nothing I have to clean. It is completely finished. Isn't that stunning? I'm so impressed. Okay, let's see if I can get closer and focus in a bit for you to see better. It's just gorgeous. There we go, isn't that stunning? So I'm going to go ahead and decorate that now with some Swarovskis. Now I'm just using Young Nails nail glue. Place a dot of glue. Pick up my Swarovski and put it in place. Leave that to dry. And I'm just going to do a rather haphazard little design here. Now I'm not going to put top coat on top of these crystals because the top coat takes away that beautiful shine too much. Just like that. Okay guys, one more top coat of Glaze and Go. Now this again is not to cover the gemstones, the Swarovskis, but simply to kind of flood the edges, just to help with adhesion. But you do not want to coat them. Okay, back under the LED for 30 seconds. That has just come out of the LED light after curing for 30 seconds. Like I said before, there is no sticky top coat or residue left, so there's no need to cleanse it. And I'm just going to go ahead and use Indigo's Sweet Pleasure cuticle oil. This one smells like lychee. It's absolutely delicious. Beautiful.